Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm a game show junkie. I had a lot of people mention a mistake that I made during the last episode. A lot of people think that Canada is like another continent. However, it is part of the United States. Canada isn't a part of the United States. It's part of the continent of North America. You see... Excuse me, one moment. Hello? Yes, this is Klondike 56000. Oh, no! When was that stolen? Are there any leads? Carmen San Diego? Since I need a memory refresher in geography anyway, let's take a look at PBS's first venture into the genre with Where in the World is Carmen San Diego?
All these people want to know, where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Carmen San Diego.
Based on the popular computer game of the same name, 3 contestants were introduced as junior detectives, or gumshoes. The episode title also gave a play on words on the item which was stolen. The chief then briefed the gumshoes on what was stolen and which of Carmen San Diego's vile villains stole it. The briefing always ends with the following mission.
Run down Robo, return the arch to St. Louis, and then capture Carmen San Diego. Greg.
The gumshoes then started with 50 points each called Acme Crime Bucks. Every multiple choice answered correctly added 10 crime bucks. There were different ways clues were given, from pieces of paper.
Oh, it's a snowballgram, naturally. It says, from Yeti, the abominable snowman. He saw his pal Nessie near his own mythical home in an Asian country that borders China, somewhere in the Himalayas between Kathmandu and Mount Everest.
Cameos from other PBS shows.
Well, Top Grunge went to Lancaster County. It's known for its large Amish and Mennonite population. Those are religious groups that believe in living a very simple life, like me. They don't drive cars or use electricity. Top Grunge caused quite a commotion when he roared up from Harrisburg, and he was a big problem around the shoe fly pie. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, Henrietta, please don't give it away. Wish you well. Meow, meow.
And future presidents.
Greg, Senate leaders have just been briefed on Robo-Crook. He's in Jackson Hole, a place nicknamed the Equality State because it's the first state to give women rights that they didn't have, a place where they first got the vote, a place where they first held public office, and a place where they elected the first woman governor. Now make sure it's the last stop for the crook.
After 3 questions, this happens. Which means it's time for the lightning round. 3 questions are asked, and the first to buzz in with the correct answer gets 5 crime bucks. After a score recap, the chief calls the host into her office and chastises him about how they haven't caught Carmen yet.
Chief, Greg, you still haven't captured Carmen San Diego, and I don't want to put any pressure on you, but you're upsetting the fabric of the universe.
I'm sorry, what?
Greg, some things are meant to be. Grass is meant to be green. Water is meant to be wet. Carmen San Diego is meant to be in jail. Now, she's still on the loose out there, and, well, things are starting to go haywire.
Well, how do you mean, Chief?
All right, I'll show you.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, it's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, well, that sort of thing has been happening to me all day long, and it's driving me crazy.
Listen, tell you what, I know this is really kind of weird. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, just don't turn on the lamp.
What's the matter with the lamp?
Don't! No! We have got to get the gumshoes to capture Carmen San Diego so we can stop all of this nonsense. Oh.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
How can we do that?
I have it. Sorry. What we could do is offer the gumshoes a trip to anywhere in the lower 48 states to the one who catches Carmen San Diego. Huh?
Well, that could do it. And then everything would go back to normal.
The next clue is always a phone tap of a conversation between Carmen and the crook of the day.
Bertha, those Acme agents are hot on your trail. You have to move fast.
Oh, great. I'm hauling around a 5-ton sea monster and you expect fast.
Calm yourself, Bertha. I have it all planned. Head for a landlocked country in South America. A henchman will meet you on its border with Peru. You can hide Nessie from Acme in one of the world's highest lakes. It's called Titicaca.
Titty what?
Lake Titicaca. Now go.
After 2 more clues, it's time for the final clue of the round. The gumshoes are shown a map of the final multiple choice answers. They are then to bet 0 to 50 crime bucks on the answer. The top 2 scores go on to the next round, and the third place player goes home with an Acme CrimeNet travel kit.
And it includes a World Traveler's Atlas, an official Carmen watch, a Carmen sweatshirt, and a subscription to National Geographic World magazine. And our thanks for all your good work on this case. And Jeff, I salute you.
In the second round, the remaining players go to the location of the final answer to track down the crook. But first, the chief briefs the contestants by showing slides of some locations. The game is a memory game consisting of 15 locations where they would find the loot, the crook, and a warrant for their arrest. This is where I learned a lot about the law as a kid.
The first thing you have to do is find the loot. That's the evidence you need so that you can get the warrant. With the warrant, you can then arrest the crook. Now, connect all 3 of those things in that order in a single turn, and you get a chance to try to catch Carmen San Diego. Catch Carmen San Diego, and you get that trip to anywhere in the lower 48 United States.
The game would usually run a long time before someone got the items in the right order.
Hemisphere Plaza.
Hemisphere Plaza. Go ahead, Nick.
And then I'll take the Trinity University.
Trinity University. Whoa, you found the loot, the warrant. You got to find Top Grunge again. Do it.
The Governor's Palace.
Is he at the Governor's Palace? Yeah. Nice job, Nick.
However, on one occasion, someone was lucky enough to find the right order on the first pick.
Watchtower. Wow, nice job. You got the loot. You get a free turn. Go ahead.
The Bird Market.
The Bird Market. The warrant. Man alive. You got the loot. You got the warrant. You get a free turn. Go ahead.
Tamarind Street.
Tamarind Street. I can't believe this. That's unbelievable.
Once that was done, the winner pulled on a chain and put the crook in jail. The runner-up went home with a travel kit and a pocket translator. The big winner then wrote secretly where they wanted to go if they caught Carmen San Diego. Once done, the crook called the contestant to tell them which continent Carmen was in.
It's a dirty trick, me being at the joint and Carmen on the loose. Look for her in the United States.
After giving a list of 12 possible locations, the player ran onto a giant floor map to track Carmen San Diego through 7 locations. After being told the location, the contestant had up to 2 chances to identify the location with a light-up marker. If they failed to capture Carmen, they won a portable CD player and a library of CDs from around the world. If they got all 7 in 45 seconds, they caught Carmen and won their trip in the lower 48 United States.
All right. That's it for Nick. Come here, bub. Come down here. All right, let me tell you now, you and a parent are now going to go to Colorado. Nice job.
Between the first and second season, many changes were made. The first and important change was a lot of locations' names were changed or dropped. This led to the following disclaimer read at the end of each episode.
All geographic information was accurate as of the date this program was recorded.
Second, the facility was changed from the Lifetime Studios in New York to the Kaufman Astoria Studios, the home of Sesame Street. Third, the trip was updated to a trip anywhere in North America.
Be sure to tell the gumshoes that the one that captures Carmen San Diego gets a free trip anywhere in North America.
Fourth, the U.S. map in the bonus round was expanded to include locations from Canada and Mexico. Fifth, another round was added before the final clue called The Chase.
The chase is on.
No, not that chase. No, not that chase.
The chase. Whoa, quite enough of this, mister. I'll tell you right now.
Now we're talking. The Chase was another buzz-in question round for 5 crime bucks each. 5 questions were asked about the crook's latest locations. Sixth, the bonus round was changed to needing to get 8 locations in 45 seconds. In addition, win or lose, the contestant was upgraded from a gumshoe to a sleuth, and was given the official Carmen San Diego sleuth jacket as a prize. Finally, more villains were introduced like Wonder Rat, Nimoy, and one from the computer game, Serenade. Sarah, Nade. Sarah, Nade. Sarah, Nade. I don't get it. For the one time a player won the second round on one try, the remaining 12 locations were used for a special bonus game. A U.S. savings bond was hidden, and they had 5 picks to find the bond. The bond wasn't found, and the player went to the bonus round as usual. From seasons 3 to 5, the staff decided to run a contest in order to encourage people to watch the show religiously. The idea was to put the loot and locations of the past 4 episodes on a postcard and mail it to Acme CrimeNet. Every week 5 people will be chosen at random, and if their list is correct, they win a Carmen t-shirt. Season 3 also led to one of the times I couldn't stop laughing for 5 minutes.
Chief, a Mr. Rogers album?
Oh, Greg, give me that. Oh, I think it's time you got back to the investigation.
Okay.
Here, put that back. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Oh, that never gets old. The host of the show was Greg Lee. I say host, but he was always introduced as Acme's agent in charge of training new recruits. Greg spent years at Nickelodeon as the warm-up guy for such shows as Family Double Dare and Total Panic. Greg was like the geography teacher we all wish we could have. Patient, kind, encouraging, and a good sense of humor.
Thanks, Ike. Be sure to keep it peeled.
The other host of the show was the Chief, Lynn Thigpen. The Chief only appeared on a monitor to give clues, encourage the players, and call Greg into her office.
Gumshoes. Acme StinchNet has tracked top grunge to an independent state of the British Commonwealth, known as a spice island. This tiny spot of land produces about 1/3 of the world's nutmeg. Now, the United States invaded this Caribbean paradise in 1983 after its prime minister was murdered. Greg, always remember the Acme Triangle of Excellence: vigilance, dedication, courage. Go get them, gumshoes. Greg?
Yes, Chief.
Greg, in my office right away.
Okay, I'll be right there.
All right.
You guys hang here.
This was the first show I believe didn't need a flashy set due to the time period it was imitating. James Finnegan and Laura Brock designed the set to look like a 1940s Hollywood detective agency. In fact, all the answers were filed on index cards and placed in the order of questions in which they would be asked. To lock in an answer, the player had to show the reverse side of the card before showing their answer. Despite some of the tourist information rounds taking place in places all over the world, the players always took the train to the location, just like in the 1940s. One of my favorite clues was when they asked the people outside the agency, "What's the word on the street?" The camera would show a word spray-painted on the street.
The word on the street is chakula. Now, when you speak in Swahili, chakula means food. Now, Eartha and Nessie stopped for chakula in a country on the east coast of Africa. They each drank a big cup of a favorite local drink, warm milk mixed with cow's blood. It's a favorite of the Maasai people. It's supposed to be very nutritious.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
No problem.
The best visual by far was the map in the bonus round. The map took up half the soundstage, and the round was the most intense 45 seconds of the show. Even if you know nothing about geography, you become emotionally invested in the contestant and get as excited as Greg when they do capture Carmen. The amazing theme song was written and performed by the House a cappella group. Sean Altman, Barry Carl, Scott Leonard, and Elliot Kerman, better known as Rockapella.
Well, she sneaks around the world from Virginia to Carolina. She's a Mickey finger culture from Berlin down to Belize. Take me for a ride on a little boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen San Diego.
In addition, the group sang some clues and lyrics that were made moments before shooting.
He's creeping out to St. Marie, polluting up the whole UP. Sneaking dirt back, keep your fumes away. Sneaking dirt back.
Rockapella, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it.
Some of them also played other characters which gave clues.
That's my upstairs neighbor, Mrs. Pumpkin Clanger. Come on. Hey, Miss B.
I'm so sick of it. You've lost her again. You're searching for a woman the size of a blasted oil tanker. How difficult could it be? Now, listen here. Earth has gone to an island off Florida's west coast. It's a beautiful spot just southwest of Fort Myers. She's brought that beast Nessie to the Darling National Wildlife Refuge. Poor wildlife don't know what they're in for. Now, move on.
They could also be heard during the tourist information round.
Baseball Hall of Fame?
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Going, go!
That's right. Sorry, nothing there. We turned that back around. Sorry, Valentina, go ahead.
Kazoo Factory?
Kazoo Factory. Very nice. That sounded just like a kazoo.
Not only was the theme so catchy, but at the end of the show, the whole audience came onto the stage and danced together. Besides the theme, they provided the most memorable think music since the Jeopardy think music.
How much you gonna live? Yeah.
They also had a similar version while the winner wrote down their location of choice.
Where do you wanna go?
unusual sounds include the buzzin' sound,
Josh.
right answer sound,
He's right. Nice job.
wrong answer sound, and bonus round right answer sound. The catchphrase to the show was mentioned by the winning contestant. Whether they caught Carmen or not, the player pointed to the overhead camera and yelled, "Do it, Rockapella!"
Do it, Rockapella!
That's Where in the World is Carmen San Diego, the only game show where you don't have to leave your living room to go around the world. After 5 seasons, PBS canceled the show and created a follow-up game show based on another computer game. Where in Time is Carmen San Diego? But that will have to wait until another day. Right now, Carmen stole the script for my next episode, and I have to get it back. This is Brian, your game show junkie, saying, see you next time!
Steal their soul in South Korea, making honey cooked right off from the Red Sea to Greenland. They'll be singing the blues. Well, they never Arkansas her steal. The meat come from the jungle. Tell me,
Where in the world is
Carmen San Diego? She go from Nashville to Norway, out there to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia, and back. Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and run a scan in Scandinavia. Then she'll stick 'em up down under and go pickpocket first. She was the missing misdemeanor when she stole the beans from Lima. Tell me, where in the world is
Carmen San Diego?
Tell me, where in the world is Carmen San Diego?